Hey everybody, this is Jim at SB500chart.com. It is Sunday, May 17th, 2020. We're going to take a look at the chart as it ended the week ending May 15th. Before we do that, let me remind you that the website and the video are for educational purposes only. Nothing stated at the site or in the video is intended to be used as investment advice. I can draw lines on charts, but you have to draw your own conclusions from your own research and make investment decisions that are suitable for your personal financial situation. I'm not a licensed financial professional, just a guy who draws lines on charts. So let's see what happened this past week. The first thing I want to point out is since about the second week of April, we have really just gone sideways. Look at that. Let's start from about right there. And that's the range that we've traded in for about 5 weeks, maybe a little bit more than 5 weeks. Now, we've tried to make a little sense out of it, but you can see that it's still a choppy market. Look at all that. Let's count how many gaps we have here. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I don't know, did we have any gaps this week? I don't think we did, but there's 11 gaps in there. That's kind of interesting. So, but for the most part, we're going sideways. This past week, we had been trying to figure out where a decent support line was on the 30-minute chart. And right when we thought we had one, and we thought we got it settled, that line broke. Matter of fact, it broke on the 12th, and it really followed through the breaking on the 13th. At that time, we'd also pointed out this past week that maybe this is the neckline to a small head and shoulders top. That broke on Wednesday, and we saw that happen. Then I threw a little, just a sort of a last ditch here, just trying to figure out what is going on here, because we're going sideways. We're not really falling down precipitously in any manner, and we know that we're sort of near a fairly long-term support line here, even though we were under it in March. So it's a little confusing to me right now what's going on. But if we take this neckline at face value, the left shoulder being off the chart here, there's the head, the right shoulder, that measures us to a downside target minimum of about 26.96. Now, are we going to see that? You know, if that's head and shoulders top, then we probably will. But you can see also that Thursday and Friday we had positive days. We had a reversal day. On Thursday, we saw a bit of follow-through buying on Friday. And then, now it looks like we're in a small, narrow channel. That could be just taking us up to this neckline, however. So tomorrow, Monday, the 18th, we need to be on alert to see if this line does prove to be resistance. It is also possible, if traders are a bit nervous starting the week out, we could be close enough to that line to see this little channel break to the downside, in which case I think, we get down to that 2,700, maybe a little bit lower than that, and hopefully our neckline from the cup and handle, here's the cup, there's the handle, hopefully that line will provide some support. But again, there's an outside chance that we could find support where we are right now. It's just, I'm just hemming and hawing because this volatility that we've seen over the past couple of months has just sort of muddied up the waters a bit. So let's for sure keep an eye on this line if we see a good bit of selling this week. See if this extended neckline, because like I said, you can see it's clear resistance here and here back in March. Then we got over it, a little back test. I could see a deeper back test coming back to here. And if that's the case, then what we see today in the form of this little rising channel could be a bear flag. And that, in other words, a swift move down, a relief rally, then a breaking of that line, and then another move down to that upper 26, around 2680 or something. Again, that's a little lower than the target, but I think that line could stand a test. So, interesting thing is we are seeing little channels, we're seeing little patterns, but it's choppy here, guys. So it's a little hard to get a clear picture on what's going on. On the coronavirus front, Georgia opened up its economy, at least, took the first steps. I'm a Georgian, by the way, just north of Atlanta. And we're not seeing any more cases. We're actually seeing fewer cases. The restrictions were lifted on May 1st. Here we are on May 17th. And no sign that anything really bad is happening. So keeping my fingers crossed there. But that's sort of the ugly chart. And I say ugly not because it's not particularly scary. I say ugly because it's just a bit disjointed. So, one thing I will say, this orange line up here, this is drawn over our last two tops. If we can get over that, then I think we're in pretty darn good shape. But, let's just take things as they happen. And I said in the notes I wanted to let the futures trade for a bit before I did the video, but decided to do it now anyway. So the futures market's going to open up in about 15 minutes. So look, thanks for taking time out of your day to watch this. And as always, and remind you, as long as we stay above this line here, we still have that target over 3,100 from that cup and handle. So, hey, thanks for taking time out of your day to watch this. And as always, thanks for your very kind support. Take care.